All right, so before I started my career as a professional speaker,
Twinsies!
I actually worked at the other side of the stage. I was part of the front of house team working on tech stuff. And here are 3 things today that I want to share that I believe I wish I knew back then. Tips that I think that will make every single event that you're part of better. All right, let's do this. Okay, tip number 1. Kill the moat. There is nothing worse for me as a speaker than arriving at a venue and seeing a huge gap between the stage and the audience, that front row of audience. I want you to imagine something. I want you to imagine that every single audience you see, every audience member is a bit like a Wi-Fi repeater. And whatever signal you put out there, the audience repeats back to the other people. So as a speaker, I spend a lot of time trying to create energy for my audience. The further that energy has to travel before it hits that front row, that first repeater, the more of it I lose. There's nothing better than feeling your audience up close and personal next to you.
Well, that sounds dirty.
And yet so often when you go to events, what you get is this massive, massive, massive gap between you and them. It is just the worst. I'm forever walking into venues and moving the back row of chairs up to the front just to try and create more space. I don't know why event organizers do this. It's a terrible, terrible idea. And it's executed by people who've actually never experienced what it's like to be on stage.
Harsh but fair.
That's tip number 1, kill the moat. It will increase the level of energy and it will give your audience a far better time and it will allow your speakers to do a better job. Tip number 2, the comfort monitor. Okay. So almost every event you go to right now will have a comfort monitor in front of you. That's that little screen that shows you what your slide is. The problem is, it shows you what your slide is currently. The same slide that's on the screen behind me. Now this doesn't help me at all. In fact, I think it makes presentations worse. It encourages people to read the slide because, you know, they can. Terrible.
That's so fucking lazy.
No. I don't need to see my slide, what's behind me, on the screen in front of me. If I want to see what's behind me, I simply look back and have a look at it. What I want to see is what's coming next. See, like there, checking for cars. What I want to see is what's coming next. That allows me to do segues. And segues are what separates good speakers away from bad speakers. Your ability to transition smoothly from one side to the next. There's nothing worse than seeing a presenter say, all right, so blah, 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 end topic. Click. Okay, so the next topic is, no, what you want to see is something that flows. All right, so we're walking along the road and then all of a sudden, click, the next topic transitions in behind them. You want smooth segues. Smooth segues are everything, and the only way you can get them is if you know what's coming next. So please, event organizers, normalize by default that we should be seeing our next slide. And then the final thing, and this one I really do believe is important and people don't speak about enough. When you're negotiating with speakers, before your event, negotiate for more value, not a cheaper fee. I cannot tell you how much extra value I bring when somebody turns around and doesn't negotiate and argue about the fee, but turns around and says, okay, we're happy to pay that. What more can you give us? Can you workshop? Can you do some training? Can you do anything else after the fact? I'm doing a talk in a few weeks in South Africa. I've agreed to do a whole extra talk for them the day before, simply because I was flying out there and they had some VIPs there.
I'm a giver, damn it.
Now, it's easy because they didn't argue on fee. I've done another talk recently where they pushed me and pushed me and pushed me on fee. And of course I showed up, I did the talk and I left. I tried to bring as much value as I could. Obviously I will bring all the value that I can as a speaker. But I think that what we need to do is understand that what we're trying to get is a better ROI, a better return on investment, not shave down that investment. So that's the thought for me. Really, if you can, try and push for more value from your speakers. All right, well, thanks for joining me on my walk. I'm trying to shoot more videos like this when I'm out and about. Let me know if you like the format, if you hate it, maybe less movement, perhaps. But anyway, here we go. Until next time, stay relevant.